Mm. Y'all see this thing coming from me. Y'all see that thing coming from there? Yeah, I got my club on my car. Let me take my club off. Good morning, Miss Kelly. Good morning, Sleep This Star. Good morning, Hitson. How you doing? How you doing, y'all? How y'all doing? I'm in the car. I had to be here early this morning because my brother, they started him a new medication that he got to take at 7:30. It got to be at 7:30 in the morning, so it's twice a day. So I have to give it to him because I don't want nobody else giving it to him, and I don't want him taking it and mix it up. So guess what? Thank you. I love your shopping bill. Thank you so much. It's gonna be plenty more because there's a lot of stuff I gotta do. I got a lot to do. A lot of stuff I gotta do. I'm trying to wait till at least I see 50 people in here before I say what I gotta say. Cause y'all, I don't know what's going on with people in this world. A lot of people I don't know if they just don't have nothing to say. They don't want to see nobody happy, or they just don't want to see nobody succeed in life. But we got some people out here, y'all. If y'all been in my comments, y'all need to go read some of these two people comments that they put in there. And I'm like, one thing has nothing to do with another, but I'm gonna address that as soon as I get finished drinking some more coffee. I had to go to 7-Eleven. I might be a little loud, I'm sorry. I had to go to 7-Eleven because I made coffee in the house to bring with me. But I tried this cream from Aldi's and I wanted to use it because I was like, oh, it's cheap. It look like it's good. It say honey nut. Nastiest cream ever. I made 2 cups just to make sure I wasn't tripping. Even changed the cup up this morning. And I said, man, it was so nasty. It tastes bitter. And I was like, okay, let me change it up. So I dumped it out. Hey, low life. So I'm already here. I'm at my brother's house. My brother and them in their sleep. I woke him up, gave him his medicine. I gave him a piece of toast and some medicine because he wasn't ready to eat. And I would have fixed him, bro, but he was like, he didn't want nothing to eat yet. So I had to give him some new medication they started him with. He got to take it every day at 7:30 in the morning. So I'll be here every day 7:30 in the morning to give it to him. Okay. And the new cream was just nasty. So I had to go to 7-Eleven. I came here, gave his medicine. I went to 7-Eleven first. Then I got here, went in the house by 7:30, went upstairs, did everything, and gave it to him. Now I'm outside in the car. I don't want to go in his room, disturb him because it's kind of early. Y'all know he don't like getting up early. And I don't want to bother nobody in the house because people still sleeping. Hey, Lean. So, happy Friday. Hey, Lisa. Let me put my glasses on, too, because I'm switching up. When I say this coffee good, oh, my God, it's good. It's good. Y'all got to tell y'all about school, everything. Look, I made sure I had my glasses. Stop playing with me. Hold on. I don't even want to put my coffee in. Okay. Okay. I'm put my little dollar up. I'm getting my coffee out. I mean my coffee, my glasses. Taking my glasses so I can read some comments. Hey, games. Are you a boy or girl? Are you a boy or girl? Are you a she or he? Okay. So that's how that went. I'm here. Yesterday at class. Yesterday I had to go to the financial aid office. They said I need to sign some papers. So I went and did what I had to do, sign some papers. Good morning, said news yesterday. I heard I had my mammogram done, still cancer free. Amen. Congratulations. I'm still waiting for them to send me my referral if I can go get my mammogram. It's kind of late because I normally do my mammogram in July. Congratulations. Yes, I love that for you. Hi, family love. Okay, now. Yesterday I went to school, had to go to financial aid sign some paper, so I drove. Didn't want to drive, second time driving. Found out at a certain time it's free, and sometimes you just pay. I only have to pay $4. So if I go all 6 times, I only pay $56 for the whole semester, which is good. Yes, it looks really good out here in DC. Nice and cool. So when we got to my class, my building is building 39, I think. That's not the building, it's 44. It's a science building. So I got there like 5:15 in the building, sitting there, found the room. The lady was in, the older lady, I told y'all she's older. She's an older lady. I told she's like in her 86 or something like that. Because she always tell us she graduated college in 1975. So she always remind and tell us that. So, we in there talking. Let me remind you, we have chemicals all around us, and you can smell the chemicals in the room. We said it for like 30 minutes. She was like, I gotta get you out this room. I gotta get you out the room. Let me remind you, the room was burning up. So we went to another room. The other room was so high, and they had like a little bit of chemical. They didn't have a lot. But when I say the room was so high, everybody was in there sweating. One girl was like her ass was up. She was up there using her ass and pump. I left there at 6:45. Time we got in the room, it was like almost 10 minutes to 6. And I think we stayed there for like 40 minutes and she let everybody go. When I say this lady was talking about, let me remind y'all, it's raining outside. She was like, we might have to take class outside. Everybody look at her. I say, ma'am, I'm not trying to disrespect you. I don't mean no harm. But if we go outside, I'm going home. I said, it's still raining out there. It's not raining hard, it's drizzling. And I said, all the C-sets is out there, they wet. She said, well, I don't know what else to do. I said, okay. I said, I guess we just have to stay here. And then I questioned her. I said, you text and emailed everybody and called us and said you was going to put work out. You never did. And she said she was waiting on her grandchild to help her with it. I said, OMG, that sound like me, y'all. She literally sound like me. So yesterday in the chat, let me remind you, she had called me and texted me. Yesterday, she said, I don't have nobody's phone number. Can y'all give me y'all phone? And she came to me and said, ma'am, remember you sent a piece of paper around and I put my email, my phone number and everything. Then I said, then you called me the other day and you talked to me. She said, I talked to you too. I said, yes, you did. And she said, oh, okay. And she was like, I want to put all of us in a group chat. She said, I got to wait on my grandson. Not really. But sometimes I don't really pay the comments no attention. But the reason why I want to talk about these particular comments, because if you've been watching my journey, you should know everything about my brother. When I say they were talking about Tanya kids, they were talking about my brother, and they were talking about Michael's wife. And I'm like, why is you doing all that? Like, if you know my journey, my brother has a mental illness. I'm there taking care of him. I'm not taking care of nobody else. I don't mind the other comment about nobody clean up in there. I don't mind that it is what it is. Nobody don't clean up because nobody clean up like we clean up. Like females, it was partial clean. It was anybody clean. To me, it wasn't clean at all. But somebody, I ain't mean to change the subject all the way around what we were talking about, but somebody, I read that comment. And they was like, but they did say they didn't mean no harm, but they said they've been watching me for years. Yeah, the teacher do need to retire, y'all. She really do. I'm gonna get back on that subject since y'all started talking about it, because the person asked me, and do I like judgments and all this stuff. I don't have a problem with nobody judgment and comment. But if you say you've been watching me for years, you already know my brother has a mental illness. I'm there taking care of him. He don't know to take his medicine. He don't know when to take a bath. He might go a week or two without taking a bath and changing his clothes. He needs someone to help him. My mother was there. She did all that. She made sure he was together. And I'm stepping in doing that. That person went on Tanya kids. You going around cooking for grown kids. If we want to cook for them, let us cook for them. That's what we do. We are a close-knit family. That's what we do. We care for one another. Trust and believe, if I want one of them to cook for me, they're going to cook for me. And I'm like, and they was like, oh, I've been watching you for years. You've been doing this. And like 3 or 4 people gave her thumbs up. So I guess thumbs up, they mean right. But if you've been watching my journey for the past, since 2018, you know my mother, your mother went to UDC in the 80s. Okay. You know that my mother used to take care of my brother. You know that my brother had a mental illness. That's why it's just like, when I read it, I put in the comment, My brother has mental illness, something. Thank you, and that's it. And I didn't delete her comment. I didn't take her off because she's entitled to her comment. But my whole thing is, if you've been watching me, you know all this. Why would you even come for my brother? Why would you do that? Why would you come and say, oh, you taking care of all them grown men in there cleaning up? No, I'm doing it for my brother. I'm not doing it for nobody else. And you fail to realize that I'm doing. No, I have no plans for the weekend, Miss Karen. And if you know, hey, Adam, if you know that my brother has problems. Like, and I was just like, oh God, let me just leave it alone. I addressed it and left it like that. No, the person who made the comments, I have seen them. They not a troll. I seen them in there before. I seen them up on my live. I seen them in my chat. It's just that, wow, why would you do that? But they did say they don't mean no harm. They did say they not, at the end they were just saying that's their opinion. That's how they feel. And I'm fine with that. But for you to say and don't know my journey, that means she said she been watching me for years. You couldn't have been watching me for years and don't know that my brother has mental illness. Yeah. Yes. So it's just like, I was just like, I addressed it, left it alone. I mean, I'm just letting that person know, hey, if you don't really know my journey. If you said all that, you don't know what my brother go through. And then I told him, my brother excited to have me here every day, and I love it. I used to come and drop in like once a week, maybe twice a week, come and see him, come and pick him up, take him to my house, and all that. But the fact that I'm here every day, he like it, and I'm cool with it. And it have to be someone who here to take care of him. Something happened to me today or tomorrow, God forbid, I gotta make sure that he get taken care of. What did I have to get my coffee? She said, damn, what did I miss? I had to get my coffee. So yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I don't mind people commenting. I honestly do. But when you come for my brother, and I don't even really care for you come for Tanya kids. That's you want to come for Tanya kids, man. They was like, y'all cook for the kids. Y'all cook for them. No, they didn't say kids. Y'all cook for these grown men. So what? If you have a husband, I definitely you cook for your husband or your boyfriend. The only difference is they our kids. I'm going to cook for my child until I don't want to cook no more. I'm going to cook for my brother until the point that I can't cook for him no more. If my nephew come over and want me to cook something and I feel like doing it, I'm going to do it. When I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. That's it, and that's all. And if you don't like me doing what I'm doing for as my brother, taking care of him, cleaning his house, you don't have to watch. So evidently you do, because as you said, you've been watching for years. Continue to watch. I appreciate it. I'm addressing your comment because you really don't know me. Because if you really knew me, you would have never said that. Point blank. Now let me move on for that comment. Booyah. Yes. As a family kid, you'll sit down and make a plan for who would take care of him. Something happened to you. You know what? I honestly did that. And I don't have nobody to do that. And I didn't want to put it on my son, because my son said, he would do it, but I told him no. Only reason why I told him no, because he's one person and he's really young. Now, I could see if he was older, like 40. He's 40 years old, and I'm up in my 80s and 90s. Yeah, because he's older. But by him being young, no. And if something ever happened to me, I don't know what would happen to him. I honestly don't know what happened to him. If I had more kids, I would say, yeah, if I had like 3, 4 boys, I would leave it up to them, because they can rotate. They can rotate. But by it being one person, I would never put that on my son. I would never, because he's only one person. But then when Michael stayed here, Michael did things for Tutu. Michael called me. When Michael was here, it was me and Michael doing it together. And I'm not even gonna lie, Michael was a big help when he was here. Me and Michael did things together when it was time to take care of him. Thank you, Kern. He said, I was wondering, he said, just wondering if you looked that way of your life. I don't know what that means. So Tanya cared for him, and she'd be there. Yeah, and Tanya would too, but Tanya can't do as much. That's why I said when her oldest son, Michael, he was a big help when he was here. Me and him rotate, because sometimes when I couldn't take him to the doctor, because I was working, Michael would take him to the doctor. So it was like hand in hand, and I like that. So me and Tanya, Michael did a really good job, and I appreciate it. When I say Michael would get Tutu up. I called him over. The days I couldn't come, Michael took him to the doctor. I said, I can't take him to the doctor. You all? He said, yeah, I'm off, Auntie. I'll take him. He'll take him. Because I couldn't always make his doctor's appointment. Because I was working and I was doing other stuff. So it was like we went hand in hand. Something happened to me now. Michael probably would still come over here because he was still coming over here before I started work. He was still coming over here checking on him. But he also has his family. So for real, this is a 3-person thing. 3 people need to do this. It needs to be a rotation. And it's not a rotation now because it's just me. But Andrew here, and I'm trying to get Andrew in the midst of trying to help too. But I can't really do Andrew because Andrew got mental problems. Like I love my nephew to death, but he does. That's why him and Tutu get along. So him and Tutu, they like this. They get along perfect. They feed off each other. They get along perfect. My coffee's so good, y'all. Oh my God, my coffee good. Y'all, the wash machine man have not came and fixed my dryer yet. I called them yesterday and said, hey, this is Miss Waller at such address. Still can't remember me. I had to go back to remember when I gave you the dryer. He said, oh yeah. And I said, you supposed to? He said, yeah. He said his truck broke down on Baltimore Washer Parkway. He been waiting for them to get the pieces to get it fixed. I had to move all of my age, special need, and family to North Carolina from DC. It was hard. And you know what? If I had the finance, I would do the same thing. Should Andrew take responsibility too? He is a father of 2, so you know how to take care of a person. No, I don't. See, you missing it. This is not. I'm not saying Andrew take him all the time. See, y'all missing it. Like, if I have a doctor's appointment and I can't get there, Andrew, can you give him his medicine? I'll be there such time. That's what I'm saying. Helping out. I don't want nobody to take care of all the responsibility. I'm not asking nobody to take care of all responsibility. I know Andrew have kids. I know he have kids. So why I would never put that on nobody. And a lot of people is not realizing when I ask somebody to do something, I'm not asking them to do it every day. I'm just asking you to help me out for that time and that moment. That's it. I don't want to put it on nobody because that's not their responsibility. That's not their child. That's just their uncle. That's just a... No, his kids will not help. And see, and the reason why I say this is because when Marcus had this mental illness and when his baby mother was there, he seen his kids, but he also has a son with mental illness and they deal with him. He have a son, Lil Marcus should be 25. Lil Marcus should be like 24, 25 years old. And he has mental illness. He been having it since he was like, I think about 12, 13. He has mental illness and he's just like Tutu. He's just like Marcus. I gotta call him Marcus because I'm not going there, I can't call him Tutu. He just like Marcus. They just alike. And then he goes over Tanya's house all the time. Big Marcus, Lil Marcus go over there over Tanya's house all the time. Like when I say he'll walk so far to Tanya's house to get there, he's to Tanya's house. He don't hang around his father. He don't hang around me. He hangs around Tanya and Tanya kids because he have a really close connection. Because Andrew and Fufu and him, they're around the same age. But his son has mental illness, and so his daughter and his baby mother take care of them because his baby mother, she passed like in 2018. She passed in 2000. I think it was 2018 or 2019. She passed. So they take care of him. So they couldn't take care of both. They couldn't help out because the daughter helped take care of her brother. See, like I take care of my brother, she helped her grandmother take care of her brother. And she's a twin. They help take care of them. If Tutu have 4 kids, but we haven't seen the other one since he was little. He has 3 kids. I'm gonna say he has 4 kids, but the other child we didn't see since it was one of the girl never brought him around and never called us back. So I have 3 that I know of, and them the 2 twins, the twins take care of Marcus, and Marcus is the oldest of them. Nylasia and Elijah. Nylasia and Elijah, they are 24. Marcus is 26. There you go. Marcus is 26. Little Marcus is 26, and they are 24. And they take care of their brother because he has mental illness. So it said that his son also has yeah, so they can't help me with him. They'll come and see him, say, hi, how you doing? They may call him up one in a while, but they can't do it. And they take care of his brother. Like, one time, the grandmother and all of them reached out to me when their mother first passed to take care of his son. And I told them, I said, honestly, I'm sorry, I love my nephew to death, but I can't. Because at the time I was taking care of I'm taking care of my mom with cancer, and the fact my mom can't take care of him, I gotta help with Tutu. I can't do it. I go get him every once in a while. Come on, I take him and Tutu out. Took him out to get something to eat and everything. They look just alike. And take them out and get something to eat, and I'll take them back. And that's it. I can't do that because Tutu's not violent, but his son, I could say, is on the violent side. He's kind of, his grandmother say he's kind of violent. I told her I never experienced it with me, but they have. And say he's not on, they have experienced it with him. He's not on no medication at all. When his mother was alive, he would take his medication for his mother. He would, but the grandmother, his sister, he won't. So at times, and his son is to the point that he's that smart. He might have mental illness, but y'all, when he feels that he's out of control, he goes admit himself for 7 days. In DC, you can admit yourself in I think St. Elizabeth. I think it's St. Elizabeth or something. I don't know where he admit himself at, but sometimes he admit himself because he'll call me. I'm the only phone number that he know. For some reason, nobody else know. Nobody else phone number. Everybody knows my number. My number been the same since 2012. My phone number has never changed. My phone number been the same since 2012. And when I say everybody calls me, everybody, when he goes in there, he'll say, Auntie, I'm at such place. I said, oh, okay. He said, I just came here. He'd be like, I needed time to myself. And he would admit himself. He would go literally admit himself in there, and he'll stay there for like 7 days, and he'll come out. He said he definitely need meds, because if he's violent, but he won't take. Only time he take meds when he goes in that place, I think they give him medication. I never went up there. His grandmother would call me. His sister would call me and say, yeah, Marcus went and admit himself. And I said, oh, no, he already called me. And they said he always call you. Every time he go in there, Lord Marcus will call me and tell me, Auntie, I'm here. That's what he'll say, Auntie, I'm here. And I said, okay. And I see the number up there, and he'll tell me, and I know he's there. But he always call me and tell me when he admit himself. And I'm like, he be like, he needed time to himself. And when he needs time to himself, he admit himself. But no, he do not take medication. Hey, Penny. Oh, y'all. This coffee good. I'm up here just talking. Oh, my God, y'all. Y'all got another video coming up tomorrow. And I gotta I need to order some grease. You know when you got metal. My mom had the metal things. Let me put my glasses on in case y'all say something. My mom had, you're that person till you are the best. Don't stress yourself out. Look at that. You know what? I don't stress myself out no more. I used to. I just try to be as patient and understanding with everybody. But for some reason, y'all, everybody in my family calls me for everything. When it comes to taking care of somebody, I'm going to tell y'all this and listen to this. And my cousin called me the other day. The one I said was having right after we talked about going to the other trip. Some trip, not that one, the other one who supposed to be going with us on the trip, Bing. She called me the other day. She said, near another vacation soon. I do. She called me the other day. She said, hey, cuz, I don't mean to bother you. I said, you never bother me. I said, I've been trying to call you. I haven't really talked to you, but the group chat. She said, yeah. She said, I need some help. She said, I was wondering if you can come and help me take care of my father. And I said, huh? She said, I was wondering if you could come and help take care of my father. I said, sweetie, I said, I don't mean no harm. I said, I don't mean no disrespect. I can't do that. She said, oh, okay. I said, because I said, I take care too. I go to school. I'm doing this and doing that. I said, I can't stress myself out. And I said, I can't even volunteer. And I said, I know you have a lot on your plate, but I said, I can't even volunteer. I can't do it. I said, I honestly can't. I said, if I could, I would. If I didn't have to take care of my brother, I said, I would not have no problem coming down there helping you out at least twice a week to take care of your father. She was like, he just got out of rehab. And he has an aide, but he need a 24-hour aide. She don't live where he lives. She live like 2 hours away, and she comes up and she have her son here, and she was like, she tired, this and that, because she took care of her mother. Her mother had cancer. She took care of her mother till her mother passed away. And she's like, she's tired now. She's taking care of her father. And she was like, I pulled a muscle in my back, this, that. I said, I'm sorry, I can't help. She was like, do you know anybody? I said, no. I said, all my girlfriends who do it, I said, they older, they work at home, and and some of them don't even do the same work that we used to do back in the day. But I say, it's this app that it called Care app. You can go in there and find you somebody and see if you can hire somebody. She said, I pay out of pocket cash, but I say, you need to go in there and see if you can find somebody to pay them. And I say, it's not about the money. It's just that I don't have the time, and I'm already stressed out. I said, I'm not stressed. I said, I'm already have a lot on my plate, and I said, I'm in school. And I said, I don't want to mess up my school, and I don't want to mess up what I got going on with my brother. I said, I can't do it, but I will try to find you somebody. And then when I say everybody call me. Like, I'm the resource person. And I don't change my phone number. I'm not that person changing. My phone number been the same forever, y'all. Since 2012, my phone number been the same. Tyreek's phone number been the same since he had a phone. Like, I don't change numbers because you never know who might call you. So... And I said, and then as I was talking to her, I said, and nowadays, a lot of young people who do nursing, they don't really like it. They do it because it's the money and nobody going to take care of it. And she got to complaining about the nurse. She said, yeah, I called. She said the nurse came in, she left. Before she left, she cleaned him up. And he had an accident on himself. And she was like, I called the nurse and she didn't come back. I said, what you mean she didn't come back? She said she didn't come back. I said, because I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I ain't trying to be funny. But once she clock out, she's not obligated to come back to you. She's off the clock. She cleaned him up. Before she left, she cleaned him up. She said, but she wasn't gone about 5 or 10 minutes. It doesn't matter. That 5 or 10 minutes that she's gone, she's off the clock. Now, if she was still there and she was on the clock, yes, she's obligated to clean him up. But she's not obligated to clean up. Once she get in her car, once she clock out, she's gone for the day. She's not going to come back to change him because you want her to come back and change him. I said, that's unrealistic. I said, that's really unrealistic. And I said, that was me. You would have called me back. I would have told you no. Because I'm headed home. And I said, you said the lady don't live about 20 minutes away. She halfway home. I said, you can't ask her to come back to do that. I said, you right there. You have to do it. That's your responsibility. I said, she did her 12 hours. Once her 12 hours over, that's it. She was kind of mad. She was kind of mad, but I said, you cannot be mad. It ain't like she didn't change it. She said, yeah, that's true. She changed it before he left, and he did it. She said she wasn't even gone about 10 minutes, and he did it again. I said, yeah, you can't get mad at her. I said, she did. It ain't like she left him in poop. She cleaned him up and changed. You just said she cleaned him up and changed him. Now it's your responsibility to do it. Once she clock out, that's it. Now, if I was there, and I'm not even going to lie, y'all, this is how I am, and I always been like that when I worked in nurse home. I could literally just leave your room, you put your light back on, you poop, I'm going back in there and do you. If I'm off the clock, and I already clocked out, and I'm out the building, they're not going to call you back. But if I'm still there, I'm going to do it. He said, in for the money, no compassion anymore. Good morning, said. Hey, Brian. So, Brenda, I'm sorry, Brenda. So yeah, so I was just like I had to break it down to her, and I had to let her know I'm not trying to be mean, but you got to be realistic about it. You got to be realistic about it. And then you don't know, you said she lived 20 minutes away. You don't know she had another client to go to. You honestly don't know. She just did 12 hours with him. And you said he had diarrhea. She said she probably changed him a lot of times. You said she just gave him a really good bed bath. She said all that before she told me what happened. And she was asking my opinion. I said, you can't do that. You can't ask a lady to do that. I said, if she was in there, if she want to do it, she can. You call her. But when she seen you called her, she ain't answer that phone. She probably knew what you wanted. She probably knew what you wanted. That's why she ain't answer the phone. But I said, you can't ask somebody to come back and do that. Once she did her 12 hours, I said, that's your fault, but you got to do it. And if it was my mother and the nurse just left, I'm not calling the nurse back. I'm not calling the nurse back to change her. I'm not calling the CNA back to change her. I'm going to change them because that's my mother. That's my father. That's my brother. I'm there. Why would I call you all the way back? Your 12 hours is over. Your 8 hours is over. I'm not going to call you back to clean nobody up. I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm going to clean them up. I'm going to do what I got to do. But she understood. Once I explained it to her, she understood. She was like, I was just hoping because she needed help. I said, what I can do, I can come and teach you how to roll him right. I said I can teach because I used to roll people with 400 pounds. And it's a matter of learning how to roll them right. I told her it's a matter of how to roll them right. She said he weighed like 300. I said it's a matter of how you roll them to get them to turn over. My mother was big. But I'm gonna tell you what I said. I used to have a sheet and a chuck underneath of my mother. I've had like a sheet, a truck, and I had a sheet and I have a truck. And I would crisscross my mother. I would turn her on the side. I would crisscross her and take the sheet, turn her over to her side, clean her up, do what I had to do. That's what I had to do. When it was time to pull her up, I would raise the top. I would raise the feet of the bed, and I would go behind her, and I would pull the chuck up, and it will raise her up. It's techniques, and she's not really experienced, right? Because you will mess up your back. Yeah, it's a right way to do it. And I told her, I said, just let me know. I said, but you will have to come and get me because she lives so far that I can't ride out there. I can't. My uncle live about an hour away. I love my baby. I got an engine light on. I can't take my baby out there. She can come pick me up. I can show her the routine. I had no problem in showing that. And I told her that. I work with home in care for 5 years and special needs residents and mental health. And it's not for everyone. It's not. But but for some reason, my mom was a nurse. She said, rolling rings by memory. Yes, it does ring by memory. But y'all remember, I did it for over 20 years. I'm used to it. That's why I say, when I took care of my mother, Tanya couldn't roll the Tanya couldn't do nothing. My mother used to always tell me, she said, tell Tanya, I love you to death, but you ain't no good for me but to cook my food. She used to tell me I'm only good to wipe her ass. That's exactly what she said. Tell you only good to wipe me. She said, you only good to wipe my ass. Tanya only good to cook my food, and my brother only thing he could do was go shopping. She used to say that all the time, and I used to die laughing. But it was the truth, because I was not that cooking person. My brother used to go get the groceries. Everybody, it was 3 of us. All of us had a thing to do. My brother would go get the groceries. Antoine would go get the groceries. Tanya would cook it, and I would clean her and take care of her. Everybody had a role. It was not just one person. It was not just one person. It was just, and my mother used to tell me, I used to look at her like, she is dead. Say, I bet that mom, you dead. Says, yeah, I am. She said, you can't cook worth a damn. That's what my mother used to tell me all the time. You can't cook worth a damn. Tanya can cook. Tanya can't clean me. Tanya can't do no cleaning to me. That's what my mother used to tell Tanya. Tanya be like, I help change. Tanya said, Mom, I help. My mother's like, you can't help because you can't move yourself. How you going to clean me? So Tanya literally used to come over at least twice a week, and she would cook, pre-prep some food. I might do her breakfast in the morning, but lunch and dinner, Tanya did that. Tanya did that. Grocery store, my brother did it, and if he ain't had the money, he said, look, I'm a little short. He'd come past, pick the money up, and he'd go, tell him what we needed. He would go to the store. That's why I say take care of a person, it takes a lot. And it was 3 of us, it was easier. because it was 3. I didn't have to cook and I didn't have to worry about going to the store because them things was taken care of. And guess what Tutu used to do? Tutu used to come down. Tutu kept the bathroom clean. Marcus, let me get it go. Marcus kept the bathroom clean and he swept down the steps and he would bark in the floor and mop the kitchen floor. He would do that. Everybody had a role, so I didn't have to clean. And my mother had Tutu on the schedule that he used to do everything, so he knew what to do. Hey, sis. So he knew what to do. So like I said, everybody had a role. So one person cannot take care of somebody. With my mom, everybody had a role. Everybody. I took care of her. Tanya cooked. Antoine went to the grocery store. And Tutu and Marcus cleaned. And that was it. And it was and it worked very well for us. It was not a problem. Not a problem at all. Woo, yeah. This coffee getting cold. I'm outside. It's like it's about to rain. Okay, y'all, let's get back to my teacher. I know I went to study because somebody said something. I got off study. We were talking about my teacher. This teacher was talking about going outside in the rain having class. Y'all, I just looked at the teacher. I was home by, I had to come past. I left my charger, so I had to come past here. I got home like 8:30 last night. When I say I was so tired yesterday, I said my body got to get used to. But guess what, y'all? I got up at 5:15 this morning. I got up at 5:15 this morning, y'all. 5:15. I could not believe I got up at 5:15 and got in the shower. But like I be up, but I'm like I got up and moved around, got out the bed, took a shower, got dressed, all that at 5:15 in the morning. I was like, girl, you back on a routine? Okay, look at you. Look at you. I was up. And I got here at 7:25, something like that. I was like, girl, you on a routine. I said, oh, it's time to get it back. 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 They said, I know you lying. What you talking about? She said, I know you lying. What you talking about? Oh, Miss Kelly. I was up and about I'm here at my mom's. But I got to start saying, I'm... Right. Oh, Tanya, yeah. Oh, she said, I'm waiting on my brother to order my season. I know that's right. She said, I need to get my season for my sister too. I ain't getting none. I ain't getting no season from her yet. And y'all, they probably ain't gonna, my brother ain't getting out the bed no time soon. He not getting out the bed no time soon. I already know that because he tell me I come here too early, 9 o'clock too early. But guess what? I told him yesterday, I said, we got to get up, take medicine, do this and do this and do this. So guess what? He be getting up early. And it is what it is. I got these tan khaki pants on, y'all. When I said these pants are a size 16, I said, okay, they stretchable. Man, when I say these pants, they stretchable. I should have got a size 14. You know, like you have pants and they sag. It feel like she wanted to go outside in the rain. Miss Kelly, I'm going to tell you. Okay, she wanted to go outside. I got to class yesterday. We kept transferring. I'm going to go over it. We kept transferring from room to room to room. She couldn't find a room because I'm in the science building. In the science building, every room has a lot of science stuff. And every room that we went in was so freaking hot. They had windows, but the windows didn't open. Some girl in there had asthma. Everybody was fanning, sweating. It was hot in there. So she was trying to get us cool. She was like, we can go outside and have class. And I told her, we go outside and have class. I'm going home because it's raining outside. The seats out there wet because they got like little, they have little seats out there. And it was raining yesterday. It rained hard, but when she was saying it was just drizzling. And I was like, I'm going home. And it's just time for her to retire altogether. It's time for her to retire altogether. I think we got a class at 6:45 yesterday because everybody was in there sweating. Everybody was fanning, going back and forth. She kept saying, it's not really that hot unless you stand right here. And one girl said, everybody can't come and stand right there with you. Everybody can't be in each other's face. It's COVID. I said, what? The girl said, do you know COVID's still out? Man, I couldn't do it. I didn't laugh out loud. I laughed in my inner self because the girl was like, it's COVID still out. I'm not coming stand in your face. And I was dying laughing because the lady was like, it's cool right there. But when I went to stand there, I said, no, Miss Farmer, it's not cool. It's not cool that there. But the teacher, I don't know. I think the teacher needs to retire. We her only class. She definitely needs to retire. She definitely need to retire. She definitely needs to. It's time for her to retire. Definitely time for her to retire because when she said that everybody just it's only 11 of us in the class, and yesterday it was only 7 of us, and everybody was like, no, I ain't going. I did not. I was not lying. If I had to go outside, I would have left because it was raining, but it was humid yesterday. It was raining, it was humid. And before I even went to school, I had to take another shower to get cooled off. And I still was hot because come on, I'm sorry. I call my car Betty Lou. Betty Lou was acting stupid yesterday. My engine light on because I need work to be done. But Betty Lou was acting so stupid. I couldn't even cut the AC on. So I was in this mother. Y'all, I had it like this. Driving, sweating. I had ice water, putting the whole bottle of ice water up here. I had a cup of ice that was frozen. I was taking that, putting it up here, driving. Come on, and just imagine, and it was hot. When it was raining really hard, I had my windows down. I didn't even care about the rain getting the carpet wet because the air felt so good. But once it started raining, that humidity, oh my God, was the worst. Like, no, we not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that at all. But TG Squad, I'm about to get off this live. I've been on here for a while. I'm about to go up in this house, shake, do a little something. I'm going to warm my coffee up. I ain't gonna lie. I'm going to warm the rest of my coffee up to finish drinking it. And I'm going to see y'all later. Thank you. I love your hair. You love my hair. Thank you. I ain't do nothing to it this morning. I actually did nothing to it this morning. Absolutely. I ain't brushing. I ain't do nothing. I just took my hands, did like that, and that was it. I'm terrible. Knowing I need to do more to it though, all right? Okay, TT Squad. Like, share, subscribe, TT Squad. I gotta go.